Welcome back to round one, where we played just the beginning of a game to give you a taste of what it's like. And today, we're playing the classic Tokaido, and we're playing it with all the expansions. For those of you not familiar, in Tokaido, players will travel across Japan on the road from Kyoto to Edo, trying to have as rich an experience as possible. They'll see the countryside, taste culinary specialties, purchase souvenirs, and much more. In fact, with the Crossroads and Matsuri expansions, there's even more opportunity for travelers on their journey. Crossroads opens up options at every stop, and Matsuri brings festivals, which might have a lasting impact on the road to the next inn. You'll see every move we make for the first round, and then join us back at the table as we discuss the entire game and see who made the most of their trip. Welcome back to the table. We have the game set up right here. And as I said in the intro, this is Tokaido, and we're not going to go through all of how to play this because we do have a how to play up on the channel right now. So we're going to get right into the game. However, we are playing today's round one with both of the expansions for the game. We've got Crossroads set up here, and Matsuri, which is kind of set up with these tokens and this deck of cards here. And we selected from all of the various travelers, which is a ton of them.
We mixed them all together, and we picked our travelers off camera, actually.
Yes, we did set up the game beforehand. But I did want to explain what Crossroads and Matsuri does. So if either of you want to help, if I forget anything, please do. Matsuri is the second expansion. I'll get to that next, but Crossroads is required to even play Matsuri. So with Crossroads, you're going to add this board right here to the top of the board. It includes a whole slew of new decks of cards. They are attached to all the various cards in the base game. So when you go to a location, you're effectively going to have a couple options, at least at most of the locations, right?
Every location has a second option you can take.
So for instance, if you go to the shop, you can perform the shop action as normal by taking 3 souvenirs and buying whatever you want. Or you can pick up this deck here and potentially get a legendary object.
Yeah.
One.
Which sounds very cool.
Yeah, they are pretty cool, actually. If you go to the hot springs, you can instead pay a coin and go to the bathhouse, which instead of 2 or 3 points is 4 points. If you go and meet one of the locals here, instead you can get a calligraphy card, which is end of game scoring. And the panorama cards also have these cherry tree cards, so that if you finished a panorama or you don't want to go to a particular one, you still have another option to go there, because you can always get a cherry tree card, which is
points and coins.
Well, points and coin. Anyway.
Points and coin.
1 coin and 2 points.
1 coin and 2 points for every. And it also lets you go there, if you've already completed the panorama, or if you just want to block someone and you don't really need the panorama card.
Yeah, that's true too, because now you can go to places even if you couldn't otherwise in the base game. And then finally, if you go to the temple, you can always give money to the temple, or now you can take an amulet card. These are one-time powers that you can take. You pick up this whole deck and you look through and get the one you want. Keep it right here. Whenever you want to use it, you can use it. And they do a variety of very interesting things.
Don't forget about the farm.
Oh, yeah, the farm. This is the one that always gets me. The farm has this die, so you can go to the farm and get 3 coin as normal. Or, if you're feeling lucky, which I'm generally not, you can put up 2 of your own coin, and you have to have 2 coin to do this, and roll this die. You might lose those 2 coins. You might just get those 2 coins back, or then you might get double, triple, or 4 times your money, which could be gigantic in this game.
Yeah,
if you put up 2 coins and got 8 coins, you're pretty much set for money for a while in this game. So that is Crossroads, and of course there were a bunch more characters to choose from. Matsuri adds these festival cards for the most part, and these are going to come into play at the inns across the board. In fact, I think just these 3 middle inns.
Yeah, the 3 supplementary inns that are in the middle.
And how this works, and we'll go through this when we get to the first one, is after we all get to the inn and we've all been fed, the first player who arrived at the inn is going to pick up 2 of these and choose one. And they do a variety of different things that are resolved immediately when they're revealed. So whoever gets there first, it's kind of an incentive, I think, to be the first person to get to the end now, which there wasn't as much of an incentive.
You do have a little bit of an incentive, and you get to choose the food first. So you can always guarantee maybe that there's a food left for you. But you do come out of the inn last. So this is just something a little bit even better, and more encouragement to go in there first.
So that's basically it. We're going to get right to the game. Before we do that, let's introduce who we're playing. Player order is going to be, well, Ryan going first because he's furthest back. then me, then Kira. So Ryan,
That's right.
who are you playing?
I am Takeru, and his ability is that whenever he goes to an encounter space, so these pink spaces here, I just get a coin just for going there.
Well, plus be able to do.
Well, plus doing the action of the space, but
that's not bad.
Well, it's great because these calligraphy cards cost a coin, and so if I were to, basically, I can take a calligraphy card.
We can speak very well today.
Calligraphy is about writing. Let me make that clear. Not
That's
speaking
true.
necessarily, which
true.
is great. I can take one of those cards effectively for free, or I can just get one of the normal encounters and a coin. So it's a little bit of flexibility.
So I'm playing Musubi, and he's kind of a jerk because
Big jerk.
When we get to the inn, I get to take a coin from all the other players when they arrive at the inn, basically, right?
Yeah.
So even the person who's already there before me, when I arrive, I announce myself and they give me a coin, and then anyone coming in behind me also has to give a coin. So it takes money out of their pockets when they're wanting to buy a meal and gives me some money to maybe buy my meal.
And even if you're there first, you still take a coin from the bank to make up for the coin you didn't get from a player.
That's true.
So you're always guaranteed 2 coins whenever you go to the inn, which is nice.
Yeah, it takes the farm a little bit out of the equation.
Right.
Who are you, Kira?
I'm Kita.
Kira or Kita?
Kita.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And Ryan, of course, picked an encounter guy, and I've got an encounter person, so we'll be probably fighting over those spaces. But mine will allow me to do both the normal encounter action as well as the new calligraphy action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. So you get to do both.
I get to do both.
Kind of like
as long as I have $1.
You just don't get an extra $1.
I don't get to do both.
No, I have to pay the
but
$1.
You have to pay the
Oh, that's
$1.
true.
So it's a
I
little bit
get
different.
both actions, but I still have to pay the coin for this one.
That's not bad.
Where these were dealt out randomly, we got to choose. The other one I had, I didn't like as much, so that's why I went with this.
There are a ton of interesting characters. There's
There
one
are.
that didn't come out that we could choose from, who, no matter when they arrive at the inn, they're always first to leave the inn, which is kind of ridiculous.
That would be a good one.
So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
As you know, Tokaido, whoever's furthest back goes first. We'll see if anyone gets 2 turns in a row. Hopefully, we're all smarter than that.
It can happen. And we are playing a 3-player game, so we don't get any of the bonus extra spaces that you would get in a 4 or 5-player game. And for the round 1, we're playing the first technical round of the game, which is just the first section of the board between these 2 ends.
Yeah, it's going to be probably the tightest experience possible with this game.
Yeah.
With 3 players, it makes it so those spots are limited.
And so I shouldn't just go straight to the other end. To be really
that might not.
I'm okay with that.
I think that's
all right. So I think actually, since my character started me off with 4 coins, I think my first move is kind of obvious. I'm gonna go to the shop, and I'm gonna actually just go to the regular shop.
Not gonna get a legendary object.
Not this time.
They're legendary.
Okay, give me the legendary objects. You convinced me. All you had to do was say legendary.
You're awful. No, I'm kidding. They're pretty good. Of course, now we're going to be waiting. I should have just had him look at this.
Well, but you could easily go while he's looking, because it's not going to.
I'm going to spend 3
coins unless you're going to skip that far ahead.
That's true. Unless, of course, I take the next.
I'm going to take the Murasame, which is 8 points.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah. So there are 2 sets of those in there.
Yeah.
And they're just straight up 8 points. So you're spending 3 coins to get 8 points straight away. Yeah. And you'll score that right now.
I will score 8 points immediately for green. So 8 points. I'm ahead of the game.
On the board. Okay, I'm up next. I haven't thought at all what I want to do. I am going to move to the temple. And you might think it's because I'm going to make an offering or donate to the temple. I am not. I am actually going to just spend one coin to get a amulet. And you guys don't get to see the amulet.
This is all secret, but they're all pretty powerful one-time use abilities.
Yes. I'm going to take this amulet. Yes, I'm going to take that amulet. Yeah, it's a pretty good amulet.
No going back.
So that's my turn. I took an amulet card.
All right, Kira.
I don't get to do 2 things like
I'll go to the encounter space.
That makes sense.
I didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, it does make sense.
So I just take 1, right?
Yep.
And then I will buy 1. And do I get to choose from those?
You will get to choose.
Yeah, from your calligraphy card.
But your encounter is face up.
Right. And this says...
that allows you to take an item from the shop for free.
I will do that then. I just take the one off the top, right?
You do. And in this case, some of those encounter cards aren't going to allow you to take the secondary effect. They are specific to taking an item from the shop.
You still have to pay for it.
No, you just
No,
give it
it's
to
free?
me.
The item
Okay.
is free from that shop, but
All
you
right.
do have to pay for your calligraphy
And you will get 1
card.
point for that item because it is the first item in that particular set.
Thank you. All right, let's see here.
And these will get scored at the end of the game. There are a lot of different point values. I guess I should
Ooh,
start
these are
thinking because
good.
I'm next to go. Oh, I'm
What are you
gonna
gonna do?
I'm gonna do the panorama. I'm gonna jump just right to. I don't really want to, but I'm going to. So give me the first panorama card for the Paddy Field panorama.
There you
I
go.
will gain one
You know
victory
what?
point for that.
Even though you said it at the beginning, I totally forgot again that we can't take those secondary spots. I was
Yeah,
sitting
I
there
know.
contemplating, should I go to the shop with
Not
Ryan?
a
But I
three-player
couldn't.
game,
Oh my gosh, this is going to be
It's
so
tight.
restricted.
and that's
Yes.
why I really didn't. I almost didn't want the Paddy Field, but there's a bigger plan here.
Oh, is there?
This seems like a dumb move of me, but I think it's going to make things very difficult for the two of you. So I'm actually going to go to the bank.
Oh, see, that's what I thought about doing because I was like, what are the chances you're going to jump ahead?
You mean the farm?
Yeah, the
Oh,
farm
yeah,
and
well,
take
yeah.
$3.
I'm
You're
going
gonna-
to
are
the
you gonna
farm.
bet?
No, absolutely not. I'm
Correct.
not going
You
to
did
bet.
just make things very difficult for me.
I would love to bet and show you how the Crossroads expansion is experienced, but the last time I played this, I did that, and I rolled nothing,
Yeah.
and then I rolled and got my money back. So, no, I'm taking the 3 coin and running.
That was very, very
so now
tough.
I've got a big stack
I
of
see that.
cash.
Well, Kira, you are now the
I am.
the farthest back.
I will go to the springs.
Hot Springs?
Hot springs.
Now, are you going to get 2 or 3 points for free or spend a coin to get 4 points guaranteed at the bathhouse?
I will just do the normal,
Nah, that's
please.
what I thought.
All right.
What
how
is
many
it, 2 or
points
3?
it?
2.
2 points.
Not
So
bad.
you were at 3 points total. And then it's me. Well, you left this little gap here. Jumping to the shop seems silly when I only have 1 coin.
That does. I agree.
There's a really okay. Or do I want to just jump ahead to the encounter card? If I take that mountain panorama, I'm going to effectively give Kira 2 turns in a row. But there's no way that she's going to go to the temple. She will definitely
Wait,
go
if you
to
go to the mountain panorama? Panorama?
If I skip it.
Panorama? Oh, if you skip it, yes, she will get a free double turn.
Would Kira really skip all those things? I don't know, but I am going to jump way ahead.
Whoa.
I'm going to do the encounter, and I'm actually going to encounter a person. And this person is Miko, who automatically makes a donation to the temple on my behalf.
Oh,
So I am
one
green,
coin.
so I will place 1 coin there, which gets me 1 victory point. And then I will take 1 coin for my personal supply because I had an encounter, and that's my ability.
Ah.
Yeah, I really didn't necessarily want to do that. But
Mountain panorama, please.
Yep, I saw that coming.
So that's a point.
I really
It is
needed
nice
that money, though.
when people let you have some space and you're in last place. It's just amazing to go, I'll do this, and I'll do
Yeah.
this, and I'll do this. So
Well, you
now
get to
what?
go again.
Yeah, and then I will.
You've got- You gonna fight for some temple points, or are you going to the shop and buying something? Or are you going to the inn? You can go all the way to the inn if you want.
No, I will
Okay.
go to the blue panorama.
Oh,
yeah,
that is
there-
a big. What? This is giving me some
I know
some stuff to do.
and you have quite a
Do you
stack
give me
of
another
coins
point?
too.
Oh yes, give her a
Please,
point.
thank you.
That
And you got. Oh,
I guess I shouldn't have jumped
oh
so far
wow,
ahead.
she's got 2 panoramas cooking already.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
you would have taken that space though. I'm sure if I had.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Well, you're gonna go to the shop.
I'm definitely going to the shop, and I'm going to buy. I'm not buying a legendary.
Well,
item.
you goaded me into buying a legendary
I know,
item.
that was
Are you
my
gonna
plan.
do it?
I'm going to take 3 items off the shop, and I can buy any amount of these as I want if I have the money. And it's a beautiful thing because I've got 3 different types.
You got 3. Can you
So
afford
I-
all of them?
Oh yeah, I've got money.
Yeah, you do.
So
have
I'm
money.
actually going to buy all of these.
Okay.
So I bought food, a small item, and a piece of clothing for 2, 4, 5 coin.
And that is a total of 9 points. The first one in the set is 1. The second item in the set is 3, and the third item in the set is 5.
Yeah, so 9
So
points.
9 points total.
And I'm going to use my amulet. Give the temple the coins spent on acquiring any kind of purchasable card.
Just 1 card.
Maybe it is that.
Yeah.
I think I'll go there. But man, it would have been sweet if I could have.
Well,
done
yeah,
all
it would
of
have been
them.
great.
So, but the cool thing is, I get to give these to the temple. So that
Yep.
is yellow,
That's 2 points.
and it's 2 more points.
So you'll be at 11.
Yep. But this goes back to
the amulet
deck. So now you guys know there's a card there that does that.
Very
Makes
nice.
it your turn again.
Yeah, now it's your turn again.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We gave you a lot of... You're going to have 3 turns in a row, basically.
I'm going to go to the temple. And I'm going to pay a coin.
Take that same one again?
To get an No.
Different
maybe not. I do think I'm going to take a different one, though.
Yeah.
I'm taking this one. This is going to be this is going to be crazy. I'll just say this right now. We are going to demonstrate some of the powers of these expansions in this first round.
It's your turn immediately again.
So I am going to go to... so it's mountain or hot springs?
Yep, mountain or hot springs.
I'm going to go to the mountain.
And get your first mountain panorama.
And get my first mountain panorama, which is 1.
And then it is me?
Nope.
Oh, no?
Because I'm going to use this amulet card. Play again while in the lead position.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So then I'm going to go to the hot springs and get... you know what? I'll spend a coin to go to the bathhouse instead.
And get 4 points?
And get 4 points.
Well, you are definitely the early leader here.
That's it. Sure. That's all the points I'm going to score.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to go straight to the inn.
Oh.
So, because I don't really want the mountain panorama spot. So when I get to the inn, I have to draw food cards. There's 3 of us plus 1, so we'll draw 4 cards. And I immediately get to choose one to purchase and place it in front of me.
And we'll get to see that one, but we won't get to see the other ones available. And all the meals are either 1, 2, or 3 coins. So you might want to get a cheap one if you're low on money, or you might want to get an expensive one because there is some end of game points if you have
spending $1 to get miso soup, which is going to be 6 points for me. 2,
so Ryan
4,
went the cheap route. Was that your only coin?
I have one more, but I'm saving it just in case.
You also can't buy the same meal twice throughout the whole game. So his miso soup, what is it?
Yeah, miso shiro.
Miso shiro is the only one of that kind that he can buy.
That's right. All right, Kira.
Mountain.
Yeah, and that's 2 points for you, right? Because it's your second one.
Is it your second mountain?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's pretty solid. That you
did you give me the 2 there, Ryan?
I did.
Thank you. And then I will go to the inn.
All right, so you'll get to choose from those as well.
So I'm going to be last to go to the inn.
You will be last to go to the inn.
I will also have the miso shiro.
Oh, there was 2 of those in there, huh?
So 6 more points for Kira.
Yes,
2, 4, 6.
Well, okay. There's only one place I can go.
All right, so you will steal a coin from Kira. And then there's no one behind you, so you'll take a coin from the bank.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Man.
So you always get 2 coins.
I like the money situation. Well, in that case, I'm going to buy the donburi for 3 coins.
Yeah, that's 6 points for you.
And then this goes back on the bottom of the deck.
Now that we are all here, we can commence with the festival. I was first in, so I'll draw 2 of these cards.
So he gets to pick one of these, and he'll reveal that to us when he does. And then the other one goes to the bottom of the deck. We don't know what that one is. Although I don't know, you're only going to see the top few of these throughout the course of any game.
I'm going to choose Tokaido, which lets me block the next shop in the next section that we're going to be in. So no one can use this shop next turn.
Oof.
Yeah, it's punishing.
Oof.
But the other card I drew I'll talk about. Let everyone immediately donate 3 coins to the temple. And I only have 1. You have a pile. I'm not going to give up my coin. I figured you might. So that one didn't benefit me at all. I don't have any money to spend at the shop anyway. So blocking the shop off doesn't really hurt me.
Yeah, that's true.
You have money to spend at the shop.
And that's what these cards are all about. Usually they're very situational, and you look like which one's going to benefit me the most compared to everyone else. So we're going to finish the next round, then the following, and then all the way to Kyoto and finish the game. Then we're going to come back here and tell you exactly how it all shook out. I guarantee you, I'm not going to have the lead.
Well,
I never do.
We'll see what happens.
But we'll come back and tell you all about the game.
Yep.
Welcome back. We are back at the end of the game, and I have to admit that I lied earlier. I thought I wasn't going to retain the lead.
I thought you were.
But I happened to have one of the best games of any game in my life and kept the lead.
Have you ever won a round one?
No. I think this may be the first. No, I think I won Ruins of Arnak.
And this is also one of the highest Tokaido scores that I've seen.
It was. I had
That's a high score.
A stupid game. Anyway, the score, I scored 97 points, which is 3 shy of the top of the scoreboard here, which is ridiculous. The last time I played this, I think I scored 40-something.
Right.
That's how bad I typically am. Kira was at 83, and Ryan was at 68.
Maybe one of my worst Tokaido scores ever on record.
So this is kind of an interesting span of scores, and part of this, like we said early, is the 3-player game of this is a unique player count. Because if you're playing at 2 players, you don't use these double spots. Also at 3 players, you don't use those double spots, but there's 3 players, so it's that much more restrictive. At 4 players, it opens those up. So at 4 and 5 players, there's actually quite a bit more breathing room and freedom, because someone can go to a bank and there's still another spot to go to the bank. In this game, one of the things I did was I was going to the bank, even though I had this guy that was getting money at the inns. I went
getting money. You were stealing money. You're stealing money.
Yeah.
You notice Kira's saying that, not Ryan, because Ryan would arrive at the inn before me.
You were always last in the... I was always forced to go to the inn first.
Ryan went to the inn first.
Every one of these inns, I was first.
Kira was second, I was third, and the way my character works is I get a coin from everyone, or each person who's directly in front or behind me at the inn. So I got one from her and then one from the bank because no one was behind me. And it just so happened to work out that then I was going first each round because I was the last one at the inn.
You had a really good setup.
The timing just worked out really well, and I bought a ton of souvenirs.
You just took advantage of a poor little old lady.
I did. I'm sorry. Well, that's the other thing. Speaking, Kira's lady here, Kita and your guy.
Yeah, they're both about encounter spaces.
Let me mention that too. They were both about encounter spaces, so they were kind of fighting over the encounter spaces. Although, would you say later in the game, one of you kind of said, "Nah."
That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just honestly I went for panorama because one of my encounter trips, because I get to buy both, allowed me had the contemplation calligraphy that allowed me to score additional points for every complete panorama and every cherry tree that I gathered. Now, granted, I only did 1 and 1, but still, it was nice.
Yeah. Well, you got the big panorama done too.
Yes, I did. Yeah. But then my patience didn't really pay off. I could not be at any point in time the last to arrive at the end throughout the entire game, let alone in the last space. So I didn't get the most points for my patience calligraphy, but I did score in the middle, so it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, well, you did well. I just couldn't make anything work.
Well, you were all about the panoramas for
only
sure.
A semi-patient
I was trying, but
lady.
I didn't complete. I only completed 1 panorama, which was the paddy field. You beat me to the mountains, and Kira beat me to the water.
Yeah,
anyway.
that is... Ryan was ultimately going after a lot of the panoramas, but she completed 1, I completed the other... When you completed... Oh, well, you did get the
small one.
Paddy one.
You got the paddy one. So you did get some points, but it was a little challenging. And then
I didn't get a lot of points.
I don't think I used the amulet cards as well as I did in that first round again. But you used some amulet cards.
I used one to take a space that somebody else had already been to, yeah.
Yeah,
those amulet cards are good. I mean, I don't think we took advantage of them enough.
And Ryan also, you used that, as you know, to shut down the shop in the first round. So I wasn't able to go to that shop, but I did pretty much
hit every other shop.
Maybe every other shop on the board for the rest of the game. And it didn't pay off too well because I went here a couple times and I did get 3 more cards that all worked out. But then on my last one, I went to the shop here at the end and I got this legendary item, which was effectively a 5th type of souvenir, which let me play it in my original set for 9 points, which was
quite
pretty
a
big.
spread. One thing, I mean, to say about this, for like a lot of the stuff we're talking about is the fact that we played it at a 3-player game.
Yeah.
In a 3-player game, you cannot take that second space on any of these actions. So all it takes is David one time to say, well, I'm going to go to the farm. Even though he had a stack of coins, he didn't want anyone else to have any.
I embraced my jerk of a character.
I managed to get the farm twice.
Yeah. But then that's it. Once somebody goes to the farm, early, like this one, there's only, and the last spot's all the way at the end. So it's a little more restrictive in a 3-player game as opposed to like a 4-player game where 2 people could go to most of the farm spaces. So it's definitely a little bit of a different experience, but also with 4 and 5 players, you have way more competition for these spots.
Yeah.
You're getting less actions per section. So it's a very interesting balance between playing a 3-player game versus higher player count.
Yeah, I mean, not only was I trying to embrace this guy who was basically about taking money from anyone.
Oh, you took money, that's
from
for
little
sure.
old ladies.
But going to the banks, One thing about this game, everyone looks at Tokaido and thinks it's such a peaceful game, and it is sort of a peaceful, beautiful game. But at this player count in particular, and Kira mentioned too, with some of the things that these expansions add, definitely makes it not, I wouldn't say cutthroat, but definitely leans more in that direction. The festival cards are very situational, so if you're the one who's able to pick one, you can do things that will specifically maybe go against a strategy that you see another player having, or potentially benefit you a little bit more. But in addition to trying to embrace my character and take as much money as I can, I was looking at the other players at the table, and for instance, Ryan had few coins quite a bit of the time. Even though you're getting coins from your guy.
Sure, not a lot though.
You weren't getting a lot, and every time I could go to the bank, it was just going to make it more difficult for him. That is not typically how I play, but I was able to see that was going to make it better for me.
It's definitely how you play
especially
this
difficult
time.
for me. I didn't have ways to get coins.
No, you didn't, and unfortunately, the way we're coming into the inns, you were giving me... I didn't take any pleasure in taking a coin.
Sure.
I don't believe that for a second.
I didn't. Ryan, you never felt the pain of that. But
no, because I was always first.
By the end of the game, Kira was throwing her coin at me that she owed me. But yes, that's how things wrapped up. And that was the final score.
Yeah, well done, David.
Thank you very much. I'll take the win when I can get it.
Right.
If anybody has any questions at all about Tokaido or any of the expansions or any more details about our entire play of this game, please make them in the comments below. Until next time, have fun playing games, and we'll see you then.